This playoffs is going nothing like expected. I'm here to talk about the playoffs. I was going to originally release a video yesterday about what happened on the weekend, but I'm glad I waited. Oh my gosh. First of all, I'm going to talk about what exactly happened on the weekend. So pretty much what we got from the weekend, we had one game from every team on Saturday and Sunday. 4 games Saturday, 4 games Sunday. Or one game for every series, I should say. And first of all, when it comes to Saturday, the Heat beat the Bucks, which was kind of surprising. I didn't freak out much about it though, because it was, Jimmy's still good at basketball. The Sixers finished the series against the Nets. Also not that surprising, because, I expected that to be the outcome from the beginning. Except I did expect the Nets to take one game, but I still wasn't that surprised. We had the Suns beat the Clippers, which actually was a little surprising, but at the same time, they didn't have Kawhi. So, what I'm saying? It is what it is. It kind of sucked though still. And then we had Grizzlies versus Lakers. The Lakers won Game 3. And this is actually pretty important because this is a really close series. And lots of people pick Lakers, lots of people could pick Grizzlies. Me personally, I picked the Grizzlies, which is another topic I have to talk about for today. My original playoff predictions, I'll talk about that later though. Then Sunday game, we had Knicks versus Cavs, and the Knicks went crazy. This is the game I want to talk about specifically. The Knicks absolutely demolished the Cavs in this game. Of course, it was only a 9-point game, but that was just Darius Garland. Donovan Mitchell absolutely choked. Absolutely sold, man. Donovan Mitchell was not good in this game. I don't know what happened. It's like somebody took his powers in Space Jam. Josh Hart was amazing, getting every rebound. Jalen Brunson was amazing. RJ was amazing. The team played great, and they didn't even have to play Julius Randle in the last few minutes. I watched the last few minutes of this game because I was curious to see what was going on. I looked at the score, I was like, oh, this is pretty interesting. That's how I end up watching most games nowadays, because I'm not that consistent of an NBA watcher. So I'll look at the score on the NBA app, and I'll be like, this game seems interesting. Let me turn it on. And that's how I'll be watching most games these days. So I looked at Knicks versus Cavs, at least the end of it, and it was actually pretty good. The Knicks absolutely, they played amazing. I gotta give props to them. I did not expect them to win this series, but they're surprising me, man. I can't complain. I guess I can't complain. And then we had Kings versus Warriors. This was a 1-point game, so close, super close to being a 3-1 lead for the Kings. If Harrison Barnes hits that shot, we're having a whole other conversation right now. But the Warriors win at home, and now they head back to Sacramento. I'm gonna spare time for every series, don't worry. And then we got Celtics versus Hawks. Now this game, it kind of went as expected. I mean, DeJounte tried. He had a pretty good game, but it's Boston. I didn't expect the Hawks to really have a chance in the series. The fact that they even took one game is pretty impressive to me. The overtime game that happened yesterday, Timberwolves versus Nuggets. The Timberwolves actually took a game. Completely caught me off guard. I did not expect this at all, but I mean, I guess it's any team can win a game in these playoffs, as we have seen, and that's where today's game's coming to. The Heat are up 3-1 to the 1 seed Bucks. The Miami Heat, I did not expect, bro. When I tell you this is the last thing I expected, maybe second, third, this is one of the series I had determined, guaranteed. I was thinking Bucks Heat, because what I've learned over the past few years, there's a Miami Heat cycle. It started when Jimmy Butler joined the team in 2020. They made the finals. Then the next year, they disappointed and got swept, I think they got swept in the first round. Then, the next year, they made it to the conference finals. So this year, I expected the Heat to get swept in the first round. And here they are, 3-1 against the 1 seed Bucks. Of course, we can't count anything out. The Bucks are still a really good team. They have Giannis, MVP candidate Giannis, Drew Holiday, Brook Lopez, DPOY candidate, Chris Middleton. They have a good team. But Jimmy Butler, he dropped 56. Playoff franchise high for the Heat. 56 points. for Jimmy Buckets. Absolutely ridiculous game. Not, from what I saw at least, not many other people came to help him. But I could check again. And the crazy thing about this is Giannis and the Bucks had a good game. I mean, Chris Middleton didn't do great, 14, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, but that's not a horrible game. And then of course you have Giannis, 26 points, 13 assists, and 10 rebounds. Brook Lopez with 36 points, 11 rebounds. Drew Holiday had a decent game. Like, the team didn't play bad. It's just Jimmy Butler outplayed all of them, man. Jimmy Butler, 56 points. 9. I can't believe it, man. It's ridiculous. The Heat are up 3-1 against the Bucks. People, if the Bucks get eliminated in the first round, the amount of outrage the amount of absolute chaos that will occur across all of NBA media is ridiculous. In the first round, Jimmy Butler is a different breed. But to the Miami Heat, this team lost a playing game to the Hawks. To the Miami Heat, it's 3-1 right now. People show me this stat. I keep seeing this stat. I'm gonna bring it up. Actually, I'm bringing it up after. I'm bringing it up later because it relates to a lot of the series that are going on right now. But this series is crazy. The Heat have a high chance of winning it right now. If the Heat beat the Bucks, I don't know, man. My bracket's gone. I'm pretty sure 99% of people's brackets are gone. Man, I don't even know what to say, man. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. When it comes to the other game that happened today, Lakers, Grizzlies. Let me actually explain to you how I watched basketball today. So, I come home, I look at my phone, and the game is just starting. Bucks versus Heat. The score is 17-7. I'm thinking, oh, Giannis is dominating. The Bucks got this. It's looking good. Then Jimmy, I take a nap. Jimmy starts absolutely dominating the game. The Heat come back, take the lead, win the game. I wake up, and I'm like, oh, the Heat won. Jimmy dropped 56. That was my immediate reaction. I was like, Jimmy? And of course I had to go, because I have a friend, Noah. You guys have probably heard him if you watch the main channel videos, the Fortnite videos. He's a Bucks fan. Noah is a huge, not huge, but he's a pretty good Bucks fan. And I was ready to clown him about this, man. Oh my goodness. Jimmy Butler? I can't. Jimmy, they have Giannis, Drew, Chris, Brook, and they're losing to one guy. Like, not even, the team is good, but it's not even nothing crazy. Their best power forward is like Udonis Haslem, I swear. Or Haywood Highsmith, I don't know. But they're down 3-1, and it's crazy. So yeah, I definitely had to clown him about that. Then I went on, I was editing a video for the main channel. I started rendering it, and then I took a break, looked at my phone, 99-99 with 2 minutes left. Ran to the TV, turned it on, Grizzlies versus Lakers. And oh my, if y'all haven't seen what happened yet, y'all watch the highlights. It was an amazing game. It was so good. So good. And LeBron showed why he's the top. There's a reason why people say playoff LeBron exists. Playoff LeBron came out today. 20 points. Let me check the stats just to be sure. He had like 22 points. 22 points, 20 rebounds, 7 assists. The rebound battle was heavily in the Lakers' favor today. Actually, no, not that heavily. It was only 5-3. But like, still, LeBron with 20 rebounds? It's LeBron, so, you know, you can expect anything, but LeBron, wow. And overall, this was a great game. The offense and defense showcased by both teams, amazing. LeBron came in the clutch. Ja came in the clutch. We saw amazing plays from both those players. Anthony Davis even had some good plays. defensively, AD and Jaren were going back and forth at it. It's like Ja and LeBron are the offensive stars, and AD and Jaren are the defensive stars. While these two could still get their own on offense, LeBron and Ja were handling everything and just stealing the show. Ja had a great game as well. Well, not great, but he had a decent game, 19, 7, and 4. Really, Desmond Bane was the guy this game, because they should have given him the ball more in the clutch, to be honest. I mean, he got the ball, but he didn't really get as many shots as he should have in overtime. He had 36, 7, and 3. He was amazing. He deserved more touches. Because I honestly think if they gave him the ball in some of these possessions, they could have won the game. They needed a lot of threes to try and get back into this game. And they didn't hit those, man. Ja was trying to get to the basket. It wasn't working. And they couldn't get anything going. So they lost, and Jaren had a great game. Xavier Tillman was playing clutch minutes. Ja had some clutch plays at the end there. Desmond Bane, it was great. But LeBron, Austin Reeves, Anthony Davis, those three. Anthony Davis didn't even have that great of a game. Anthony Davis had I think it was 4 points in the first 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter in overtime, he went crazy. Or he didn't really go crazy, but he had 12 points. He had some clutch shots there at the end. And Anthony Davis came in the clutch, man. On defense as well, that block at the end with 20 seconds left. I know that shot had a low chance of going in, but Anthony Davis still affected that shot, which is really good. Man, I don't even know what else to say. This playoffs is ridiculous. As I was saying earlier today, this playoffs might be the craziest one we've had possibly since 2019. And I say that because 2022 wasn't amazing. 2021 was 2022 was okay, but it wasn't amazing. 2021 was decent, but it wasn't amazing. 2020 was pretty good, even though it was in the bubble. And then 2019 was amazing. 2018 was pretty good, but not amazing. And then 2017 amazing, 2016 amazing, and you go back and forth. It's this is possibly the greatest playoffs we've had since 2019. And the greatest first round. This is still the first round, and we're having all these amazing moments. All these players come in the clutch for their teams. And I expected Clippers versus Suns to be the craziest, most important series. We have at least 3 other series right now that could possibly be even better than Clippers versus Suns. And that brings me to my next point. Each team has played their game 4. Every single team has played their game 4 at this point. Or every series right now is 3-1, except for Kings versus Warriors, which is 2-2, and Sixers versus Nets, which ended in a sweep. Now, I saw a stat earlier. 95% of teams who lead 3-1 in the series end up winning the series. And there was a huge number of the teams who won, and then the small number of the teams who lost. And I was thinking back in my mind, who are those teams? There's 13 of them. Of course, it's the 2016 Warriors lost. The 2016 Thunder lost. The Nuggets had a 3-1 lead in 2020. The Jazz had a 3-1 lead in 2020. There's a lot of other teams that have completed 3-1 comebacks. But in the past few years, it has been more common than ever, man. And that's why I'm thinking none of these leads are impossible. Of course, the Nuggets are going to win against the Timberwolves. Of course, the Celtics are going to beat the Hawks. Those 2 series are ones I can guarantee. And then the Suns Clippers one maybe just because Kawhi is out and PG is out. Of course, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but chances are Suns are winning that series. But then there's Bucks versus Heat. Then there's Cavs versus Knicks, and then there's Grizzlies versus Lakers. Those 3-1 series are I don't know. Because let's first talk about Cavs versus Knicks, because this is what happened yesterday. Cavs versus Knicks. The Cavaliers have 2 of the tallest, best defensive big men in the league. Evan Mobley and Jared Allen are 2 of the best defensive big men in the league. And somehow they're still losing the rebounding battle. They have 2 just about 7-footers, because Evan Mobley's 7 foot and Jared Allen 6'11". But they're still losing the rebounding battle, and that's really what it comes down to.
If they can fix that, if they can get rebounds, if they can hustle, because Josh Hart is out hustling these guys. Let me. I can't show you because I'm recording this on my phone right now, but the Cavs in that game yesterday, game 4, when it comes to the Cavs, Evan Mobley had 7 rebounds and Jarrett Allen had 4. They had a combined 11 rebounds. If you look at the Knicks, of course Mitchell Robinson, he's there. Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart combined had more rebounds than Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley. 2 Knicks guards, the 2 guards in the Knicks lineup, had more rebounds than the 2 7-foot-tall big men. The Cavs need to fix this, or else they're gonna lose this series. I had the Cavs coming out of the series. My original prediction for the series was Cavs in 6 or Cavs in 7, but Cavs in 6, because I expected the Cavs to win this in 6 games, because I expect the Knicks to lose again, because the Knicks lose year after year, and I expected it just to happen again. But the Cavs are down 3-1, and it's because of the rebounding battle. If you look at the offensive rebound, defensive rebound, total rebounds, in the game 4, the Cavs had 33 rebounds, the Knicks had 47. And a good amount of those rebounds are offensive rebounds. So the Knicks are just out-rebounding and out-hustling the Cavs, and the Cavs aren't doing anything about it. And then, of course, there's Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell had a horrible game on Sunday. 11 points. He was like 2 for 11 or something. I don't know, but he was shooting extremely inefficiently. He only had like 4 points in the... he only had 2 points in the last 2 quarters, which was horrible. So if the Cavs want to win the series, Donovan Mitchell is going to have to step up. Darius Garland's going to keep playing at the level he's been playing, because he's actually been doing good this series. And the big men are going to have to get rebounds. Everybody has to get rebounds, of course. Karis LeVert actually had 9 rebounds, so props to him for that. But everybody has to get rebounds. Because looking at this Knicks stat line, Julius Randle and RJ had 2 rebounds, right? But Mitchell Robinson, 11. Jalen Brunson, 6. Josh Hart, 7. Isaiah Hartenstein, 8. Obi Toppin, 8. Like, these guys are just straight up out-hustling the Cavs. And if you out-hustle another team, no matter how good that team is, you can win that game. So, the Cavs need to get rebounds, clamp up, and Donovan Mitchell needs to play like the Donovan Mitchell we saw in the season. Because right now, it is looking grim. Of course, there's a lot of other series. I'm going to talk about those later. I'm going to stick to the important ones for now. Lakers Grizzlies is the first one I want to talk about. The Grizzlies, I had them coming out of the series in 7. And of course, that outcome is still possible. Like I said, 3-1 leads have been pretty common. 3-1 blown leads, I should say, have been pretty common over the past few years. And it's not out of the realm of possibility that the Lakers blow this lead and the Grizzlies come back and make it to the second round. But then I just think about the series, and I'm like, the Lakers are probably gonna win the series. Lots of people had the Lakers winning the series from the start. I had the Grizzlies because I thought the Grizzlies were actually gonna be good, but the Lakers have proven me wrong, man. Austin Reeves, LeBron, AD, D'Angelo Russell had his first good game of the series, I'm pretty sure. He actually played well today. And, but I don't see the Grizzlies coming back from this. I see the Lakers winning in about 6 games. Maybe 5. Because they're going back to Memphis. And I don't think they're going to win a game in Memphis. But I think they can win in game 6 back in LA. But it's like, it's possible. It's possible the Grizzlies come back from this. I just don't see it happening though, especially with guys like playoff LeBron, Austin Reeves, AD, Dennis Schroeder. He has been an underrated guy in this series. He's been an underrated guy on this team in general. He's been hustling, scoring. He's been really good. He's been the X factor for the Lakers. Or actually, not really X factor. I guess the X factor would be AD. But he's been really good. Him, like the supporting cast of Lakers is one of the best. At least they're playing like one of the best supporting casts in the league right now. The possibilities are unlimited because next series is either Warriors or Kings. And I could see, based on how they're playing right now, I could see the Lakers being either of those teams. And that's the crazy thing about this playoffs. Anybody can beat anybody. We've seen this proven. The only team that I'm questionable about is the Nuggets, because we really haven't seen them vulnerable other than the last bad stretch of the season. We haven't seen them that bad, and that's why I'm thinking the Nuggets are going to make the finals, and that was my original prediction. We'll see, but that's my original thoughts. But yeah, I see the Lakers coming out in this in 6. It's possible, but I don't see it. I don't see it, Lakers. I don't see it, Grizzlies come back. As good as the Grizzlies are, I don't see it. I just love that we've seen great offense and great defense from both teams in the series so far. Out of all the series, other than probably Warriors versus Kings, this is probably the best one, in my opinion, at least so far. And then Heat versus Bucks. This one is so tricky because the Bucks are the 1 seed. But the Heat are playing not even the Heat. Jimmy Butler is playing at it's playoff Jimmy, man. Every year he comes into the playoffs, people underestimate him, and then he comes out and surprises people, and now it's like, it's Jimmy Butler is amazing. Jimmy Butler is so good at basketball. And it's like when it comes to one side of the East, when it's the Sixers versus Nets, Celtics versus Hawks. That side is pretty much determined at this point. But then you got the other side. You got Bucks versus Heat and Knicks versus Cavs. And any 4 of these teams can make the conference finals. As crazy as that sounds. Because if the Bucks are out of it, if the Heat take the Bucks out, either of those 3 teams could beat the other team. The Knicks could beat the Cavs could beat the Heat, and the Heat could beat the Knicks. It could go either way. Who knows? Like, if the Heat knock out the Bucks, I don't know what's gonna happen, because the Knicks are 3-1 against the Cavs right now. Unless the Knicks absolutely sell and the Cavs actually follow my advice, then the Knicks are probably gonna end up playing the Heat in the semifinals. And that series right there, it's a good series, but when it comes to consistency, I gotta go with the Knicks. As wild as it sounds, I gotta go with the Knicks. But Jimmy Butler's a different breed in the playoffs, of course. And we've seen this. Never count out Jimmy Butler, man. Because he just dropped 56 and gave himself a 3-1 lead against the 1 seed. So, I don't know who's gonna win. I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous right now. I guess it's worth it for me to tell y'all my predictions. My original prediction was Nuggets in the second round, Nuggets versus Suns, Grizzlies versus Kings, and then I had Grizzlies versus Nuggets, and then I had the Nuggets making the finals. In the East side, I had Bucks versus Cavs, Celtics versus Sixers, Sixers versus Bucks, and the Sixers in the finals. And I had the Sixers versus Nuggets, and the Sixers winning a championship, led by James Harden and Joel Embiid. Now, of course, my bracket, I just gave you a quick explanation so you guys can see the whole thing, but my bracket is extremely messed up because I don't know what's going to happen. The Warriors-Kings series is probably the most unpredictable because, of course it is. It's the 2-2 series. Everybody knows 2-2 series. If it's tied 2-2, these teams are pretty evenly matched. The Kings took 2 games at home. The Warriors took 2 games at home. And of course, as I'm saying, the series doesn't start until a road team wins a game. So technically the series hasn't started yet. It's a best of 3 now, and it's coming down. It looks like it's going to be the Kings. Because if each team keeps taking the home games, the Kings are winning the series. They're the upper seed. But if the Warriors can steal 1 road game, I think they could actually make it out. And then I will, of course, everybody would love to see a Curry versus LeBron semifinals. And I think when it comes to the Kings are a great team. De'Aaron Fox is amazing. Domantas Sabonis is amazing. I love both of them. I love the Kings. I originally had them coming out of the series. But if the playoff experience hits and the Warriors just start going off, Steph Curry turns into the playoff beast that we know he is, it's over for the Kings, man. If they could just steal 1 game in Sacramento, that's all they need. Because they can win at home. We've seen them able to win at home. Of course, it's not that they sweep at home, but they're pretty good at home. as long as they can take one game on the road. That's what it really comes down to with the series. Whoever wins on the road. But yeah, I guess I shouldn't make this video too long. I've been recording for almost 30 minutes now. This playoffs is possibly the best one we've seen since 2019. And I'm here for it. I cannot wait. Out of all these 3-1 leads, comment down below. Which one do you think is the most likely to get blown? I could see it being probably the Heat versus Bucks, because the Bucks are a 1 seed. I could also see the Knicks versus Cavs, but probably the Knicks are going to win that one. And Lakers versus Grizzlies, I could also see it, but it's probably going to be the Lakers. So Heat versus Bucks is the 3-1 lead I'm the most unsure of. But I guess we'll see on Wednesday, man. Tomorrow we got a great day of hoops, of course. We got Timberwolves Nuggets and Clippers Suns. 2 good games. And we also got Hawks versus Celtics. I didn't even say that one. Hawks versus Celtics as well. But Wednesday, Knicks versus Cavs, Lakers versus Grizzlies, Heat versus Bucks, Warriors versus Kings. If you're not watching basketball on Wednesday, I don't know what to tell you.